Okay, so next I'm going to create a new artboard, a new file. I'm going to call it test. Okay, and I'm going to change it to, I'm just going to be a print size, and it's going to be an A3. So I'm going to create the documents I had open earlier, those two documents just beside me there. So I'm going to open up three artboards to begin with. I can choose the spacing between the artboards in millimeters, and I want one row, and I'm going to arrange. You can choose how to arrange them, so you could have your different artboards in columns or beside each other, or up one above the other, whatever you want. So I'm just going to have them beside each other for the moment. And this is the size of my A3 document. You can see CMYK 300 pixels per inch for print. Click OK. So we have our three documents open there. Now, what I want to do is, firstly, I actually only wanted two because I had two documents open earlier. So in the top right here, I just wanted to show you, you have an X button, so you can delete your artboards inside. Okay, so now we're left with two artboards that are A3 size. Right, so I can customize these sizes as I did before. One is set at A3, which is fine for the moment, and the other one I actually want to make to a flyer size. So when I'm clicking on this, I have, if I change it to A4 size first, okay, so that's 210 millimeters by 297 millimeters is our A4 size, width by height. So I want to create a flyer. So when I'm printing out something, I want to save paper. So let's say if I have 3 flyers for every page. So I'm just going to divide this page into thirds, or have a flyer that is the third of the height. Third of 297, because it'll be the same width, 210 millimeters, but I just want a third of 97, so I'm just going to enter 90, around 99. So that'll give me my flyers. So if I have 3 of these, and I left a tiny bit of room, then I can print 3 flyers per A4 page. Okay, that's it for printing a flyer. Now I can align these artboards around the place. Don't worry if artboards overlap, because you can just click and drag them to lay them out on the page. So if you weren't happy with your row or column line out, I can do like I did before. Okay, and just click and drag this out. Now this document as well is also A3. I want to change this to an A4 size. So that's what I'll need. And now you can see my smart guide starting to work there. See from the center, so I can tell where the center is wherever I am. So if I click on the document below and I want to line it up, you can see how I'm lining up the center area there. So the center area of my line, but my flyer below is lining up with my center of my A4 page above. So I know it's aligned exactly, and it's nice to have everything nice and tidy and aligned well. Just going to move it down a little bit. Okay, a bit more space. Also, if you were creating, you can also create by just an artboard by clicking and dragging an artboard. So you can just hold the left mouse button down, click and drag, and you create your own custom artboard there. And then you can change the settings just like before inside here. So if I had PAL D1 DV widescreen, I could change it to that. So this is for television. Also, what's handy to know is you might want to use safe guides or safe areas. So video safe areas are areas, if I turn them on, you'll be able to see better. So if I go into my options, artboard options, so this is for the individual artboard, I'll be able to turn on center mark if I just want to see where the center is. You can see it updates live in the center there. You see a crosshair. crosshairs there, and I'm going to turn on show video safe guides. Okay, so I'm just going to leave on video safe guides for the moment. So video safe guides is they're basically for television. They used to be for old televisions. So everything you created in graphics had to be within these green lines. Otherwise, if you created, let's say, an item of text, and let's say if I quickly draw something for an example here, put in a bit of text there. Okay, just leave it like that. It's fine. So if my item was text was outside these green areas, then I might not. It might slide off the side of my television, not literally, but I wouldn't be able to see it. So if I actually wrote something sensical there, let's say like nightmare, and then some of this is outside the green safe areas here, I might only see the word nigh or night on older televisions. It doesn't happen so often now with the new flat screen high definition televisions, but it's still a standard used for video, just to explain that. Okay, and that's where you access those title safes if you're ever creating something for television and you want to know where your title safes are. Okay, so I'm just going to delete this document. Next we're going to look at layout. So how do we lay something out on a page? And we're going to be doing that by using, well, first of all, our ruler. We could use it with grids, and we'll be using guides, which are very powerful, which I'll be showing you how to use right now. Okay, so laying something out, sometimes we can, divide things into thirds. We can have a look at some templates or other magazine layouts. And before we start to design something, we're going to come up with a good layout. So there's the text is in one area, there's an image in another area, and there's white space in between, which is very important, and a text in another area. So we're going to do a simple layout here. Okay, so first we're going to look at our ruler. So we need to measure things. In Photoshop we can measure things, not in Photoshop, in Illustrator we can measure things very accurately. Well, you can do it in Photoshop as well. You have the same options. So if we go up to view, first thing we're going to look at is rulers. So our rulers are up here. I'm just going to bring this area down a bit so I can see the top left side of my rulers. We're going to completely drag it out so it's not blocking my rulers. So as you can see, as I go up and down, there's a little dotted bar. So if I'm across my document, I'll know how far down I am. Now in Illustrator CS5, the new version, if I click on my actual artboard, go to my artboard tool and click on my artboard, the ruler, you'll notice on individual artboards, it'll start at 0 from the top left hand corner. Okay, so if we want to start measuring our document from the top left hand corner, what we can do is to set this ruler to that is left click and hold on just the top left hand side of our rulers and drag it over to the left side until it says intersect, and you'll see above there that it now says 0. So you can see it starts measuring things between 0 and 50 millimeter, and you can see the length of our board. Of course, we said earlier on to width is set to 210 millimeters, and you can see that it's going in increments of 5 millimeters. Okay, so to 210. And the same on our left hand side here, measuring the height. You can see if I came down to here, I would know where 50 millimeters is because of the dotted lines over on the left, and that will go down to 297 millimeters. Okay,